Hello, welcome to the digital sideboard here on the Star City Games Tour Online. I'm Nick Miller alongside our championship qualifier number 4 champion, Brendon Hansard. Congratulations.
No, thank you.
We have been waiting for a savior to relieve us of all the Sultai, and you are the one to do it with mono green. Congrats. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. I've been playing Magic since the early 90s and been going to tournaments for 20 years. So I finally got to do well, I guess.
Not a bad time to take down an event, and you did it in style with mono green. And I have to bring this up because you played Sultai 6 times in the Swiss of the 7 rounds. You went 5-1 in the Swiss against it, with your one loss being Ari. Then you played Sultai every round in the top 8. Getting your revenge on Ari in the finals has to feel pretty good. And for a couple of things we got to talk about, because Cedric has been hyping up mono green, and for him to get to call the finals, he was very happy about that. But also Ari had made a tweet previous to this event or after round 1 about how if the Sultai player plays correctly, mono green's still not even a favorite in the matchup. How do you feel about the matchup? Obviously, the results look pretty good today.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I just kind of went through deck lists because I don't have a lot of time. So I'm been on Star City for a while. I saw Cedric's list and pulled it. So it seems fine. I guess there's not too much insight. You just play more stuff, counters less stuff. You play more stuff on the field, and they have answers, I guess.
Right. You got to get some sweet revenge there in the finals. Talk about your game 3 hand on the play. Wasn't the most aggressive. Cedric said he probably would have tossed it away. You kept it, and it turned out pretty well for you.
Yeah, actually, and I almost pitched it myself. And because the first time I played Ari, on game 3, I mulliganed to 5, and I was like, oh crap, because I feel like some of the hands were kind of okay. But I guess at the end of the day, I just kind of assumed, look, he's not going to do early pressure. He's going to get card advantage for removal. They're 1-for-1s. As long as I get some threats to stick that are a little bit harder to deal with, that dodge things like Aether Gust, it limits what he can have. So I just assumed he's not mono red. He's not going to kill me on turn 4. I might as well build it up.
Right. And MVP there, Shifting Ceratops, 2 copies of that was just what you needed there. The trample was perfect because Ari's last card was Nissa. You had a little trample damage there, making the next one being able to be lethal. You had to sweat 1 draw step. I have to imagine you were fearing something like Krasis or Uro there in that spot. But yeah, you were able to, when he just good gamed you, I have to imagine you felt pretty good.
Yeah, I actually had my cursor over the little icon to open up the concede button. I actually figured he was going to play like a giant something I can't just. If you get far behind on the board, I'm never going to catch up. So I figured it was just going to be buried in card advantage that turn.
So obviously you like mono green against Sultai. What about the rest of the field? Because the other most popular decks were mono green and then Rakdos, and Rakdos looks like it can be tough occasionally.
I did not want Ross Miriam to. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't mean it personally, but I didn't want to play him in the finals. Like I was looking, I'd rather have Sultai than that. Yeah, I like Rakdos. I think it just kind of depends on the meta, I guess. I don't know that much about it other than I saw it doing really well today. But other than that, I haven't had much other success other than mono green or with Sultai when practicing. That's pretty much, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of limited right now on what can beat Sultai.
Yeah. Yeah, and it appears when mono green does its thing, it's the best thing at beating Sultai. Obviously sometimes they draw all their interaction and are able to pick apart everything you play, but when you have your curve and they don't have everything, it's a runaway, it seems like, for green a lot of the time. So
yeah, and I think it comes down to mono being a resource. So you kind of got to shut your mind off to the cards in their hand and just assume they can only play a few a turn at the beginning. So you need to they're not running Wrath of God. So as long as I try to get the mana cost in there, weaved in a little bit of odds and evens to hedge a little bit, but no, it doesn't always work out that way. And I don't think there's ever been a matchup in Magic that's 100% by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, you are the champion here in week 4. You're qualified for the seasonal championship. Any closing thoughts or shout outs or anything?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm an old timer when it comes to Magic. I'm older than I look, believe it or not. So once I started, I'm an accountant during my day job, and I lost time to go play tournaments. Actually, quarantine bringing this online is not as fun as paper, but it's the only thing that's actually given me a chance to play in years. And so that's great. Anybody, Kyle or Bud or anybody that I used to play with, it's nice to, hopefully they're watching. So.
Awesome. Well, great job. We've been waiting for something to beat Sultai, and before that, we were waiting for something to beat Teamer Rec. Having a nice little change of pace here with Mono Green this week was great. I'm sure everyone at home was happy to see Sultai fall finally. Brendon, congratulations one last time for the viewers, for the commentators, for the directors, everyone who was involved. Thanks for watching. We got a week off, and then we'll have another championship qualifier the week after that. So appreciate everyone viewing. Have a good day/night.